On this episode, I deliver my best performance in a long time.
You ask questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask GaryVee Show.
Hey everybody, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is episode 232 of the Ask GaryVee Show. 231 hasn't been posted yet, right? What time are you guys posting it? Like right after I film this live stream. So I know we've been a little bit of hiatus. Just to clear the air for everybody, DailyVee has not replaced Ask GaryVee. I'm just traveling a whole lot, and so you know, we've been pretty sporadic with shows, which is unfortunate, but we're here and we did one Friday, which you're about to see. We're Facebook Living, so I'm giving more context for them. You've already seen 231, so 232. Elliot, you're here, and I think we should get right into the show. Obviously, right, so we're airing this, so this is gonna air tomorrow. Let's air this tomorrow early.
First thing tomorrow morning.
So, you know what, I heard from somebody that I only made one Jets prediction this year, and it was the game they won, which makes me want to predict, but I feel like they're going to lose tonight. Though there is a little fun fact, AJ and I did not watch the Buffalo game together, and I was supposed to get to Arizona for this game, but I have so many fires here at VaynerMedia, I couldn't justify it, so I didn't go. So weirdly, if the Jets win today, I'm not sure if I should watch with AJ anymore this year, because it might be what actually works for us. So anyway, my prediction is the Cardinals are going to score some serious points tonight. Let's get in the show, bro.
First question from Shubham.
Video?
Yep, all video.
Hey Gary, this is Shubham from MailJet. I have a question for you today is how important were your selling skills as an entrepreneur, and what are the different things that make you improved as a salesman? Thank you very much for answering. Love your show. See ya.
Shu, thank you so much for loving the show. I love you back. I think my salesmanship was the first raw talent that I understood in my life. It has been the bedrock of my existence. The unbelievable reason that VaynerMedia is what it is today has a lot to do with salesmanship. It is massively important when you actually, it's really funny, when you actually sell something, having sales skills is extremely important. So many of you are going to fail in your business because you underestimate salesmanship as a core tenet when you're trying to sell something. Many of you make the nicest thing, the coolest thing. It's why artists starve, because they can't sell. Like, selling is real. I think it's been an enormous part, and I think the thing that's made me better through my career is experience. You know, like, experience is a real thing. Like, us youngsters, we want to think it's not, and I really, you know what's funny? I put us youngsters because I think of you as a great youngster. At 22, 23, I thought I was it, right? Like I guess I look at it as like basketball players, because Dunk, I know you love it, like they become better shooters as they become craftier, they become more experienced, and the guys that are all time, you'll notice their game evolves, you know, through their careers because they can't rely just on their athletics anymore. They've got to become crafty, they've got to be able to shoot. I mean, I would say LeBron to me could have easily been the best all-time player. He never got his jump shot developed the way that Jordan and Kobe did. He's a different type of player, but if his jump shot was unstoppable right now, forget it. And his three-point range has gone down in his career instead of up. And by the way, I'm the biggest LeBron guy of them all, but to me, imagine if LeBron, like Andy, I saw you react to this. I don't know if you got something to say about this?
I mean, his jump shot has definitely improved, and when he does hit the jump shot...
It hasn't improved. His three-point percentage was down last year. It improved from early on. Yeah, it was down last year. Like, and I think it's going to continue to go. Like, it hasn't improved. It improved from like the beginning, but like...
He only was taking ones that he really thought he could hit.
I mean, he's such a complete, you know what's tough to analyze, to that point, it's tough to analyze LeBron because he's such a all-around player. He doesn't need to score. But anyway, nonetheless, the bottom line is the 22-year-old me would be disappointed right now if he saw the 40-year-old me in salesmanship because he would have realized, he's picked up some along the way that I didn't have just from my natural skills. So the answer is unbelievably, and if you're watching right now and you are building a business and you are not a natural born salesperson or are great at it, and you are self-aware enough to know that, you need to either get a family member, aka these guys, like really in your inner circle that are gonna be there long term and allow them to, or even bring in a partner. It is that important. And if you're a good salesperson, never allow yourself to not continue to learn, try different tactics, do different things. Experience has made me better.
I like where this show's going.
Good.
It's
Why?
gone down every year since 2012.
Give me some love for that. Pretty impressed, right? Yeah, and I'm telling you, if his shooting percentage has gone up from 13, 14, and 15, he'd be unstoppable right now. Like if you couldn't like guard him, like everybody's staying back. Yeah. Imagine if defenders had to go up just 6 to 18 inches on LeBron because he was shooting crazy. Anyway, let's do this.
Next question from Tyler.
Tyler. A third Tyler?
Hey Gary, what's up? This is Tyler. I work at Lux. I know you invested in them. I hope it's going well for you. My question for you is, I turned 21 in exactly a month on October 29th. What wines do you recommend for a beginning wine drinker? Thank you so much.
First of all, Tyler, send me your address, Gary at Vaynernmedia. I'm gonna send you something on me. I'm a big fan of New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, German Rieslings that have a hint of sweetness, mainly dry, but a hint of sweetness, and Beaujolais and Grenache based red wines that are a little bit more palpable, not as tannic, a little more fruit, a little lighter on the red wine side. So I will, as a matter of fact, you know what, guys, let's do this. This will be fun. In Facebook and YouTube, let's put a link to 4 starter wines for all the 21-year-olds. I'll link them from Wine Library. Make sure I do that because we'll forget after this and we have a bad track. But actually, Stefan sucked at that. I think Tyler will come through. So I'll put 4 little links in Facebook and YouTube for all of you in those categories I just mentioned, or I'll actually look through Wine Library's inventory right now and see if anything else stands out.
Cool.
Yep.
Next question is from Jessica.
Jessica.
Hey Gary, what's up? It's Jessica Louisley here. I was at the Archangel event here in Toronto. I stood up to ask you a question, but we didn't get to it after Gio and Nick chased you off the stage. But it's all good. I would love to know how you would describe joy and what brings you joy. What brings Gary joy? Thank you so much for providing all the value that you did on stage. It was amazing. Thanks for the book. I've been enjoying it every single day, starting off my day that way. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just, you know what? I've decided I'm gonna share something. For a lot of you that have watched for a long time, this is gonna be a cool moment, I think, if you think it's cool. Truth is, I talk a lot about the strategy of 51-49, giving a little bit more for the leverage of it. The truth is, it's my most natural joyous state. You know, I've molded it, and that's not fair, because I'm not manipulating or molding it, I'm trying to be cynical here. I've experienced the benefits of it from a business standpoint. But I didn't think that way when I was 8 years old, when I was 10 years old, and on my 10th birthday when my grandma took me to Toys R Us, I decided to buy my sister a Cabbage Patch doll because I knew she would be more excited about me doing that than me buying anything at Toys R Us. I have always been this person. I like making people feel good because it makes me feel good. I'm being selfish by providing others value because it brings me my biggest joy. And so, and the reason I've never talked about it is, what I just said is so douchey. It's like, you know what it is? It's like when you interview somebody and you're like, what's your weakness? And they're like, oh, I work too hard. It's like such a douchey answer, it's a non-answer, it's a compliment. Saying your greatest joy is giving to others and the way that makes you feel is a douchey thing to say. So here I am. I've been deep in the GaryVee world since 2009, please?
Not necessarily, because it's a win-win.
It is a win-win, but it's like, the reason I've never really gone there, and I don't even know why this question made me feel like I've now went there, is, yeah, I mean, of course it's a win-win, but I'm always conscious of everybody watching. So for example, this weekend, I don't know if any of you guys saw, go on my Facebook feed if you didn't, if you're watching on YouTube, I posted a video of me garage selling this Saturday, and I showed some stuff, and it was a really fun day. But because I will, and we already talked about that this Saturday, get ready for it. But I don't show my kids, so I wasn't really able to film all of it. There were people who thought I staged it. Did you see this? There were people who said, oh yeah, right. The cynicism is so wild. So wild. Like, do you really think with everything I've got going on in my life and the leverage and all the good stuff, that my new plan was, you know what, this Saturday I'm gonna trick people. I'm gonna go to some store and buy things and make, like, what is the matter with people? Then somebody else was like, what is this all leading to? A $10,000 how to make money on eBay course? I'm like, yeah, a $10,000 to make money on eBay course. It's for me to spend some time with my kids and to show people that this is the world I came from as a kid. It's still tangible. There's a load of you that could actually really benefit from $300 a week more in money, learn something, including the thrill of the hunt and how to educate yourself to know the value of things, how to do copy and salesmanship in an eBay environment, which is the most ultimate competitive environment, and how to hustle. Because while all of you were sleeping Saturday morning, I was out going through trash. That's what I was doing. So anyway, where was I going? To come out and say my great joy is to give other people joy because it makes me feel good is gonna be met with such obnoxious amounts of cynicism that I don't even wanna waste the time on it, but it's the answer to that question. That's the truth. And by the way, this is where luck comes in. I know a lot of you say I hate luck. Let me tell you what luck is. Luck is that you were built in a way where that is genuinely the way you feel, because then you actually do it, because you love it, and then enormously awesome happens to you. So how do you think I work so hard? Because I'm filled with gratitude that I was built that way, because that gift is the thing.
I'm loving this. Next question is from Ryan Blair.
Well, you know, when you come off these big vacations, you've got fire.
When you're coming off
I'm excited.
episode,
by the way, I wanted to
be
put this.
history
By the way,
also.
let me get right to it. I wanted to get this Ryan question in. I don't really know Ryan, but a lot of my friends know Ryan. I know he's got this book out. I've seen some of his stuff. I think we had dinner once at this event, but I'm excited to like give him this. First of all, I have no idea what he's going to say, but I wanted him to do the question because I wanted, you know, what I'm hearing is this book is pretty good from a lot of people I trust. So I haven't had it yet. Read it or what have you. I would never read it because I don't read books, but I'm hearing nice things. I wanted to give Ryan some exposure, so I should disclose that.
Yo, Gary, prepping for our conversation here today. As you know, I got my book coming out, Rock Bottom to Rockstar, and so I figured I'd ask you questions around this framework. What did you do to get through your personal rock bottom moments to become the rock star that you are?
I'll stop right there.
Who did you surround yourself, work with?
Sorry. So let's start with what? Ryan, what? You know, my rock bottom moment happened super early. It was by being an immigrant and getting teased for not speaking English. You know, I don't talk a lot about drinking the pee out of the Pepsi can in Dover, New Jersey, which I never referenced because I lived there for a year before I moved to Edison. Maybe even subconsciously because of that. That was sucky, but that was 5. I mean, we all got picked on. I just think my whole childhood in some weird way, it was awesome, which is why everything's awesome. But man, I don't know if anybody could have disliked school more than me. I think we all hated school and homework, but I failed. And oh, by the way, Tyler, tonight when you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles things out of my car, tonight when you get the TMT out of my car, my report card's in there. It's time to take the pictures. Yeah. You know, I struggled. I was happy. I was a very happy kid, but I hated school. Like on a different planet. And I think all of you know me, like look what's happened in my life, like I really hated it. So my rock bottom moment was really my school career. Keep going. Who did I get help from or what's he gonna say?
Who did you surround yourself, work with? Who was it? Was it your team?
Go next.
Was it advisors?
So,
was it mentors?
stop right there.
Was it a good book?
My mom and dad. That's who were. My mom was building my self-esteem about me. I'll never forget, I opened the door for a woman at McDonald's when I was like 9. My mom, Andy, you don't wanna hang? You got real work. I got it, real work, I'm excited. My mom, you know, made that out to be the greatest thing that a human had ever done. She accentuated, she blew up, she overemphasized great things, which made me a good person. And my dad, you know, instilled unbelievable hard work ethic. My mom did as well. Word is bond, you know, provided for our family, came here with 0. I look up to him so much for that struggle. So my what was the struggles early on in my childhood, my who was my parents who were showing me through their actions, not only their words, what to do.
Who was it that you worked with to get through these tough times? Because I know nobody can do it alone. Why? Why did you do it? Did you do it because you loved somebody and you wanted to show them that you were better than that? I know you got a lot of great...
Stop it. My why back then was I had a chip on my shoulder. I was getting D's and F's. You'll see that soon with my report card content this week. I was getting D's and F's, and the world was telling me I was a loser. My teachers were telling me a loser. My friends' parents weren't saying to my face that I was a loser, but I could see it in their eye that I didn't think I'd be successful, because the game I played, unlike today's game, in the 80s, early 90s, was school was the way out. Going to Harvard was the great accomplishment, not building Facebook or Instagram or being a successful entrepreneur. It was a different landscape. And so, you know, the why was to stick it to everybody. Like, I used to sit there as a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old and look at my class and my teachers and I'm like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show all of you. You think I suck? I'm gonna be the biggest, best person on earth.
Do you feel like your why has changed over the course of your career?
Nope, because that, you know, chip never goes away. It's why I'm willing to put in the work. It's why, and I wanna give. You know, it's funny, we're getting to a theme, I wanna give. Saturday was a selfish thing, spend time with my kids on something I care about. But I've done that. I didn't film before and I had to be very careful because I don't want to show them. Like, I did that because I want to show people. I want to help them. I inspire people. People got pumped over the weekend. Like people went out Sunday morning and made money. Yeah. I got like real emails in my inbox. Like Sunday morning I got pumped. I bought this printer for 30. I just sold it for 90. I need 60 bucks. 54 after fees, I know. Let's go.
You, Gary, and that comes from somewhere. So why did you do it? Did you have a deeper purpose? Did you not want to let yourself down or let someone else down? Or did you have a bigger cause in mind when you did it? And then how? What did you do specifically? What steps did you do when you were at your lowest moment?
Yep, let's do it. During that point, what did I do? Is I did what I preached to all of you, which is I put in the work. I gave up all my weekends and holidays in high school because I knew I had to pay that price, because I wasn't gonna do I'm gonna go to school, meet some good kids at Stanford and Brown, Ivy League school, make some relationships, and that's gonna be my springboard. I was gonna start with no relationships and in the gutter, and I was gonna have to prove it, and I would have to show up and meet everybody like I did in my 30s. But in my teens and 20s, I was gonna have to work. And so what I did was, to the extreme of anybody I've met that had options. Some people lose their father, mother, welfare, but anybody who had some options, I punted every leisure activity in my life. Nothing. No weekends. No vacations. Zero. Nothing. Nothing. Like, we're making jokes about the 7 days. I didn't take a single, and by the way, you know, but it's my truth. I didn't take a single vacation day. Never. And I'm sure you worked on your side hustle. I just love you and I don't want to razz you. Like, none. Zero. 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 All my high school friends, gone, because I wasn't around. All my college friends, post-college, gone. I'd see them a little bit. I love those guys, but gone. Girlfriends, nothing. All in. So what did I do? I worked. I worked to such an extreme level that when I push you on work, I don't even ask you to do 50% of what I did, and I guarantee you'll win.
Last question from Blake.
This could be a big time episode.
It's
a really good one. I'm like fired up. I don't ever fire up my own self.
Hey Gary and Gary's crew, good evening from Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm Blake Bolin, actually enjoying a Malbec currently. Pretty good one from Argentina. But I was thinking about a question for the Ask GaryVee show, specifically one pertaining to the Ask GaryVee book. Gary, in the book you talk about how you believe our brains and what they're capable of are vastly underestimated, and that science has yet to prove really what they're truly capable of. You also mentioned as an example that a few years ago you told your brain you didn't want to get sick anymore, and then you attributed the fact that you haven't gotten sick to when you told your brain that you didn't want to get sick anymore. Now, I recently stumbled upon the law of attraction. I'd heard of it before, but I really dug in depth in an audiobook. If you're familiar with it, and for those of you who aren't familiar with it, the law of attraction basically states whatever you focus on will manifest itself. So if you focus on the things you want to accomplish and you believe you can accomplish them, they will manifest themselves over time. Whereas if you focus on the things you don't want, those things will also manifest themselves. So the point is to focus on the things you do want. So Gary, I'm wondering about the relationship between your beliefs and the law of attraction, and if you could explain how we in Vaynernation can leverage those concepts to better live our lives, both personally and in our businesses. So Gary, really looking forward to your response here, and thank you so much for taking my question. Godspeed.
Blake, it's a really interesting question. Yes, I believe in some of that stuff, and I don't know how much the law of attraction is different than The Secret. Sounds very similar. These books sell like crazy because boy, does it sound super fun right now if you're sitting on Facebook Live or watching episode 232, is that what we're on? You know, like, and you're like, wait a minute, if I just say I want a yacht, or if I just say I want to be a pop singer, if I just want to say I'm going to be an influencer, I don't know what either of those two books say, but let me give you what I've done. Go ahead, please, you know.
The Secret is basically based off of the law of attraction.
Okay.
So the law of attraction is it's like the religion, so to say. And The Secret is a book which is basically Huck's
Plays on it?
It's very Huck's free from
Got
the
it.
law of attraction.
So listen, I believe in it, comma, all of your actions have to then map to it.
Yeah.
So like it's clouds and dirt. That's my version of it. I don't know if anybody talks about the dirt. I do. I know all, you know, cynical newbies are like, what's he gonna sell me on? Nothing. I'm gonna sell you on the following. Hard work. And don't buy my hard work course because there isn't one. There's no hard work sessions. There's no hard work ebook. There's just hard work. Like, so my answer to this is I believe in it, but then you have to make your actions map it. I want to buy the New York Jets. I think about it, I want it. I start building Vaynernmedia. There's an opportunity to sell my company, sell a piece of my company to thousands of entities. All of them pass. I then sell it for less to one entity. An owner of an NFL team. That's called putting your money where your mouth is. I didn't do that by accident. I knew what kind of life I had. I could have dated and married a bunch of different people, but when I found what I needed for what I really knew I wanted, I went in that direction, right? Like, I talk about HR-driven culture and this and that, and some people be like, you got a bad review on Glassdoor or 4.7. Yes, that's fine, but come here. Watch what I do every day. You guys know my calendar. You see what I do. You know what's on the back end of this. Like, so my belief in the law of attraction is, Blake, believe in it, but then you have to execute against your belief. If you want to be an esports celebrity, shouldn't you spend every one of your minutes selling on eBay, buying a ticket, and then going to the esports con? Not like, I can't go to the esports con. Work. By the way, on that note, we got to pick up the Musical.ly. You're a killer on it. I want it. I'm so into it.
Yes.
That work is so fun.
I was
So good.
thinking about that.
I was saying it right now with that, like that tone. Work.
Yeah.
Like, it's work. Like, there's gonna be nothing else. Like, yes, work smart. I can hear the cynicism already. I can read the comment from Sally right now, but you gotta work smart. Yes, it's better to have a better strategy and to work smarter. But here's the punchline. Nothing happens without it. And I mean a lot of it. And the more you want, the more work you gotta put in. The bigger your ambition, the more you gotta punch that clock. And you gotta give up fun and leisure and laziness and rest and all of it. So my belief is it's real. I live it. But my actions map to it. It's like intent. I talk a lot about intent. Some of the people internally razz me about it. They're like, yeah, cool, but intent without your backing up the actions is whack. And I'm like, I respect that. But it starts with intent. So I believe it probably starts with visualizing what you want or the law of attraction or saying it or putting it in the universe. Fine. I believe in that. I live it. The problem is I disproportionately out execute everybody else I know that talks about it and then does nothing about it. You know how many of you tweeted me that you're gonna buy the Cavs or the Dolphins or the Rams? People tweet me all day long that they're buying another sports team. Then I go look at what they're doing. I'm weird. Just let's establish something. I'm very weird. I'm so broken in the way that I'm so utterly competitive that I'm like, I live for it. You know, I live for competition. And so when somebody tweets me that they're gonna buy the Rams first, I waste 7 of my minutes auditing their lives. Let me tell all of you something right now. I haven't seen the person that's buying the Rams before I buy the Jets. People like to talk. Show me. Because that's the best part. Because when you live on execution, all those days you have where people say you're staging garage sales, or you're not gonna do this, or you're not gonna do that. You know what the best part is? 2023. 2023. Because then you get to say, now what? And 2047. That's more fun. I'll let you guys all debate and pontificate, and I'm gonna do it too. We're all talking. I just wanna rewatch these videos and comments. Let's go read everybody's comments that I could never build VaynerMedia. Let's go read everybody's comments that Wine Library TV was a farce. Let's go read all those comments that I'm a flash in a pan. Let's read them all. Question of the day. What gets you going? What motivates you? You keep asking questions. I'll keep answering them and executing on them forever.
Great.